المجيد من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ما أصابك من الحسنة فمن الله وما أصابك من سيئة فمن نفسك وقال في شان حبيبه الكريم إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على سيدنا وشفيعنا ومولانا محمد معدن الجود والكرم وآله وأصحابه وبارك وسلم صلاة وسلاما عليك يا سيدي يا رسول الله. Last week we talked a little bit about how every day is an opportunity to take some kind of hidayat from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the biggest and most important hidayat that you can take after having accepted the kalima, after having recited the shahada and believing it with your heart, the biggest hidayat after this is to know where you stand in this world in terms of your position with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Where you stand on the path that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put you. This is the most important hidayat that you can have, the most important form of guidance that you can have after having accepted the path of Huzur sallallahu alaihi wasallam. One important point that I'll touch upon very quickly before I let you complete your sunan is that we should remember something very important. Okay, there's a question that people ask all the time, which is that why is it that if someone accepts, for example, if someone accepts Islam, if someone accepts Huzur sallallahu alaihi wasallam, if someone is performing his duties as he ought to, why is it that in this person's life, perhaps, or another person's life, something might happen that he doesn't like, some kind of tragedy. And that tragedy could be anything. Maybe, your business went down. That's obviously not a good thing. It could be something worse. Maybe you fall sick. Maybe your loved one falls sick. Maybe your child passes away in infancy. Right? These are issues that people struggle with and they grapple with. And some of us have talked about this before. Something to remember is that, I want you to remember this very clearly. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us examples of the best of creation. The best of creation. Huzur sallallahu alaihi wasallam, hands down. In addition to that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us examples of many other Anbiya and Rasul alayhimus salatu wassalam. Sayyidina Isa alayhi salam, Sayyidina Musa alayhi salam, Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam, etc., alayhimus salatu wassalam. Now, in addition to this, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has also placed certain counter people as examples of what not to do. And the most famous of this would be what? Fir'aun. What's so evil and bad about Fir'aun? The fact that he considered himself the center of the universe. He considered himself to be the God, ma'adallah. Now, we look at this example and we say we need to be away from that. But the sad truth is the majority of us already have his mentality. A big chunk of us as human beings, not as Muslims and not as this, that, as human beings, we have this mentality that yes, we are the center of everything. Everything revolves around us, our lives, our priorities. That's the same mentality. The only difference is Allah didn't give us the same kind of power. So another way in which you can understand where you are with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in your life and in your path is remember this very well. Your failure does not constitute any major test, because you can always get up and try again. As long as you have breath in your body, you can get up and try again. The real test of your character comes with your success. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives you this power, what do you do with it? Because the more you have to answer for. Remember this, the more you have to answer for. And the person who thinks he has nothing, he will find that he has to answer for almost everything. So understand the blessings that you have. If you're always remembering what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has bestowed you with, you're in a good position. If you're always forgetting what He's given you, if you're always asking for something more, maybe there's something to work on. And if you know that you have a lot of power, and you're not thinking about how you're using it, these are all signs and indications to maybe fix yourself or continue down the right path that you have chosen. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the tawfiq to make good decisions in our lives. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the tawfiq to take the hidayat that He offers us in every waking moment. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us of those of kamil iman. Allahumma salli wa sallim wa barik ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Please pray your sunnahs.